Hey guys, I was just speaking to Louisa Valentin, and we were just talking about like weight loss and connecting and having confidence. And she has this podcast called Fit and Fab, and she's a life coach and she's a best-selling author. She's a registered nurse. What I love about Louisa is that she's really connecting to women and helping them transform their health, and she's really helping them overcome the overwhelm that it takes to connect with all of that, right? So she helps you to achieve all of that optimal mental and physical strength that we want to have. And I love that she is so connected to herself spiritually and wants to guide you that way as well. And I think you're going to absolutely love her, love this conversation, and you're going to pull away a lot of great nuggets from this. So I can't wait for you to listen. Here we go. What's up, y'all? This is Neena Perez, and this is Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. And I'm so excited you're here, as I always say, because you know what? You guys could be listening to anything else, but you decide to listen to Straight Talk. And I know that because I have over 100,000 downloads. I have you guys constantly commenting, over 200 plus five-star reviews. It's because you guys are the best, and I thank you. So I go around this amazing planet finding the best humans I can find to come on here to grow, challenge, and transform your thinking. Today, I found this amazing human, and I cannot wait to introduce her to you. Her name is Louisa. She is not just a certified confidence and weight loss coach. Y'all heard me right. Confidence and weight loss coach. Okay. But she is also a fabulous host of the Fit and Fab with Louisa podcast, and a best-selling author and a BSN registered nurse and a spiritual practitioner. Oh, did I mention that she's also a fitness enthusiast too? Okay. Hang on to your seat, guys. Louisa is all about helping busy women transform their health with fun and without having the overwhelm, because we all know there is plenty of overwhelm to go along. Okay. And she empowers women to uncover their inner strength and to achieve their optimal mental, physical, and spiritual health. I freaking love everything about that. Okay. She has a unique blend of personal experience and professional expertise. And I love that she is a nurse and she's in health and fitness, she's in spirituality. She's combining all of the gifts that she has to come on here to transform your thinking. So let's get ready, y'all. We're going to get inspired. We're going to have an amazing conversation with Louisa. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. How are you?
Hi, Nina. It is awesome to be here with you. I am so thankful and I'm doing great. It's been a good day today. Can't say that every day, but today is a good day.
Ain't that the truth? We can't say that every day. But you know what? I feel like even bad days is just another day of experience. And the fact that we are alive, if we can say that we've had a bad day, then we are alive to have that bad day. Right. And so we need to start thinking of things as blessings instead of thinking of things as like a horrible situation, horrible overwhelm. Sometimes the experiences, the hard ones too, are really to let you know that you have a gift of life. And I think that's just a beautiful thing. But I'm glad, girl, you had a good day. I'm really glad about that. So, Louisa, I have a great audience. Beautiful audience of entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, things like that. They all listen to the show. And so I want them to know a little bit more about you. Now, I already love you. So I know a lot of stuff you doing out there in the world, but I want them to know about you. So who are you? Who are you, Louisa? Tell us.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome.
You're
And
welcome.
so often we get caught up in our titles and everything that we are in that way, and it's not who we are in integrally. So we are, or I am, excuse me, an ambitious learner, always somebody trying to find new experiences. And the way you were talking about taking those quote unquote bad days, I'm
Yep.
someone who also does not think of bad days. I think of challenging experiences. As
Yes.
someone who wants to learn, who values family, who values connections and relationships, and I value my body, and all of that really makes me who I am more than the titles. Like, yes, I'm a nurse, I'm a coach, but if you take that away, I would be nobody, because that would be my identity. So that's why I don't see myself as that per se, but who am I as
Right,
a
right.
person?
Yeah, because you know what? Honestly, people are more connected to who you are as a person are than what you do. Like people might say, "Oh, Luisa's a nurse," but really they're gonna say, "Oh, she was so kind," or "She's so smart," or "She."
Oh, your mic cut out.
Oh, sorry, people don't normally go to your title. They go to the person of who you are. That's why I always start the show with "Who are you?" Because yes, I gave you them a brief resume of who you are. But that's a brief resume of who you are, of what you do. I wanted to know who you are, because that's what brings forth a connection with people when they're listening to you, being with you, surrounded by you. That's the energy, that's what they want, right, Luisa? So I want to know though, you said about being connected, and respecting and valuing your body, right? So was that a something that was taught to you always all your life, or was this something that you started to connect with at some point because something was off and then you were like, this is not right? Or tell me a little bit about that journey.
Sure. So it really started when I was back in college, even because, you get into school and you stop playing outside, you stop being everywhere playing sports as much because you're focused on your studies. And that's where I went to become a registered nurse.
Right.
And while I'm over here learning about the body and then progress to helping taking care of other people's bodies, mine fell to the wayside. I just didn't focus on myself. I didn't become my own priority, and everybody else was more important per se than I was, because I always had to put them first. If I wanted to do anything to take care of me, well, is there time?
Right.
And usually be like, no, because this patient needs me, or
Yeah.
my mom needs me, or my boyfriend needs me. Somebody always needed something. And it's not their fault, because I was there. I was offering it. I wasn't putting up boundaries. So when did I have that chance to connect to my own body?
Right.
And it took continuing and eventually becoming frustrated with everything that I was giving and not having anything to myself, because I allowed them to all take, take, and take from
Mhm.
me,
Mhm.
until one day I kind of like snapped, like that rubber band that
Yeah.
you just pull too tight. And I was like, that's it. I can't. I wasn't feeling good. And because I wasn't focused on myself, I didn't realize I didn't feel good, because I
Mm.
got so used to not feeling good,
Yes. Mhm.
until it kept progressing and progressing. And then I became like in denial, like, oh, it's not that bad. Push the scale away. Don't look in the mirror. Stop taking pictures. And then one day it was just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I
Right.
have to connect with me. And that was when the journey started. Unfortunately, I was not so nice about it at first. I was very testy. And like I said, I was frustrated
Yeah.
and taking it out on other people. But once I allowed myself to start that connection with me, connecting with my body, learning what felt good, and not just in the visual sense, but in the physical, like how it felt to move my
Mhm.
body. It
Mhm.
was like, oh, okay, this is what I was missing.
Right, right. Because, I think it's, and what you just said makes a lot of sense, right? That you would then snap at people because now you're fatigued and you're tired and you're pissed because you've allowed it for too long. And then you get pissed not just at yourself, but you get pissed at others for what you think is taking advantage when honestly they were just doing what you've allowed. Right. And so I could understand that. I think a lot of people are like that. They go from one extreme to the whole other until they find the balance. Right. And so that's good that you've recognized that because as a nurse, everybody does need you. I mean, like every time you're at the hospital, everybody I was a medical assistant for like 15 years and I did ultrasounds as well. And I just remember always feeling exhausted. And the laser days are long, like 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour days. Like they are long days. So no wonder you're feeling, that pull, right? And so what was it that were you then able to say, okay, I need to find this connection, or was there somebody introducing something to you, or we're getting into personal development? Like, how did you start to know that that was even missing, that connection was missing?
It was trial and error and
Hmm.
research because, of course, I tried the fad diets and fad workouts, and I would always focus on one thing. So, this is why in my coaching, I emphasize the spiritual, the mental, the physical, because we really are that connected being within ourselves. And through my research, I did find mentors that helped me find my way and realize okay, it's not just about what I'm eating, it's about how I'm thinking. It's not just about how I'm thinking, it's about how I'm moving. And we keep all of this stagnant energy within us, and when we exercise, when we move our bodies, when we even just shake it out, we get release some of that stagnant energy. And the more I moved, the more I felt connected to myself,
That's
to
awesome.
the earth. Yeah.
That's really awesome, right? Because it for those of you who are listening and are like feeling a bit stagnant yourself, or just feeling a little stuck in your own head or in your own way. I love that, Louisa, because it's true. Like I can get very consumed with my work because I'm a perfectionist and I love to work. I really just love working. And so I'll sit here sometimes and I'm like, oh, whoa, 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 it's 8 hours now. What's up with that? I start to get up and I'll go for a walk, or I'll go outside, play with the dogs, or I'll stretch, or go to the gym, whatever it is you have to do to get that energy out, because you start to realize, and then it becomes a pattern. Then you start to realize that you're doing it a little bit too many days, because the tomorrow, like I'll do it tomorrow, never comes. There's no tomorrow. It just never comes. So I love that because you're still doing the work of a nurse, but now you've taken all of the journey. Isn't it funny how our own moments help us to then help someone else, right? Because in like what I read about you, that you in your bio, we talked about how you are helping people now with their weight loss and confidence, and in your podcast, Fit and Fab, right? Fit and Fab, your podcast, and all that great stuff. So you're using your expertise as a nurse, what you've gone through at that moment when you said, Ja, I've had enough. You know what I'm saying? And you've like developed this program. So I want to talk to you about that, right? So what is it now that then transitioned you into now wanting to be coaching others?
So I always tell people I was my own first client, right? Most
Yeah,
of us are when we get into this coaching business. And other people started to see my transformation, and it wasn't just the physical transformation that they were seeing, but they just saw something more in me. They would say, oh my gosh, your aura is different, you're shining different, there's something different about you, what are you doing?
right.
And I would share what I was doing with people because why not? And then like acquaintances would reach out, or one of my friends would say, hey, can I give so and so your contact information, so that you can help them because they seem like they're in a similar place as you were. And then it just kept on
Yeah.
branching out until it became okay, I can't answer everybody personally, and it does take time, but I am
Does.
so inspired by helping others and seeing them change, seeing them get that spark back,
Yeah.
because oftentimes we lose it. And in a selfish way, that spark that they gain is more than anything else for me, because like you said, I'm a nurse, right? I make good money. I could very comfortably live my life in this career, but there was just something more calling to me,
Yeah.
and the more
I
I
so get
share.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the more you share, the more addicting it is because you start to see people, especially those who take the advice, you start to see them transforming and you're like, "Wait a second, this is another gift. This is another gift." Because I feel like everything that we go through in life, God will then use it as a gift for you to inspire and impact the lives of others. I don't believe that we are to live this life and then die with our lives with us, like all the experiences in life with us. I think we are to inspire and impact another person. I really believe that. And so I think life coaching can be such a beautiful way to do that and a way to connect. But life coaching is also a challenge, right? It's also a challenge. It comes with its ups, it comes with its downs, right? It comes with its learning curve. Like you can do something so well in a career and then you go to become a coach and you're like, I don't know nada. Like, I don't know the funnel. I don't know how to build it. I don't know how to get my clients. Like, what is going on? I was doing great before I got into this, right? So, oh my God. I've been talking to so many amazing women coaches. And, one of the things I wanted to do with this space is to honor the coach in front of me, like you, Louisa, honor you in the work that you're doing and bring it out into the world. And also honor those who are listening to tell them, listen, I think it's like 90% of coaches that start quit within the first year, right? And that's because you have got to be coming in this with a reality that every job, every opportunity, every college degree, everything takes time and learning. It takes time and learning. For some reason, and I think it's because we have been lied to so much, many people think that you are going to come into the space and somebody's going to help you make a 90K in what is it, 9 days or whatever it is, because they're all that in a bag of chips. And that is not true. The same person who is telling you that is probably somebody who's been doing it for 20 years and didn't tell you that it took them 20 years to be an overnight success. Right. So Louisa, as you're transitioning or as you're adding to, because maybe you're not transitioning, maybe you're just adding this to your repertoire of being a nurse. What are some of the challenges that you're facing in the coaching space?
I remember even when I first started coaching, now it's been a couple of years, that whole imposter syndrome
Oh, yeah, yeah.
of, oh, can I really be doing this? Should I be doing this?
Right,
What makes me the authority? Like, yeah, it worked for me, but okay. And
right.
and that was really hard to get over. And even
Yeah,
today, there's still times whenever I get a new client, I get that excitement, but also some of those nerves and
yeah, for
doubts
sure,
can definitely
for
still
sure.
creep in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, right? I've been doing it a few years myself, and, it'll be tough when you get someone who maybe joins and, like a week later, they're like, I think, I think I'll, want my money back and you're like, okay, why? I just don't have the time. And a lot of times it is the fact that it's hard because when you are confronting them with things that they should look at or, like experience or at least acknowledge, it can become very uncomfortable, right? Because we're not life coaches to say, good job every 5 seconds. We're also going to say, did you look at this space? Because you're saying this, but at the same time you're doing this, and these things are contradicting each other. And I'm a straight talker. That's why it's called straight talk, no sugar added, because I'm there for you 100% because I want to see you freaking win. And the way I see you freaking win is by being honest and truthful and telling you what I'm seeing with your words, the way you're speaking, the way you're thinking, right? So challenges come. And the truth is, Luis, is that we're not going to have every client be the best client. It's just the way it is. Some people are tire kickers. They just want everything for free and they don't want to pay for anything. That is also true, right? And then there's people who really just are ready to go. Like they're gun ho, they're ready. I have very successful women in my program because they know from concept to full launch, I help them out. But coaching is it's a thing. It's a it's a thing, right? And the more I have private and beautiful conversations with women who are getting into this space, the more they're being real. And they're like, Neena, I'm having a hard ass time finding clients. Or Neena, I'm having a hard ass time with my funnel. Oh, girl, I don't know how to do an ad to save my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real stuff. This is real, right? Because when you go into nursing, Louisa, your systems are already in place. This is when you clock in. This is how you treat your patients. This is how you write your reports. This is how you work with the doctor. Blah, everything's boom, 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 boom. Now, when Louisa goes to do her coaching program,
A whole different story. And like you were saying, with the whole advertising and
right?
whatnot, that's probably another challenge that I have.
Yeah,
I've been blessed that I've had quite a few women refer to me,
yeah.
but
Best way to do it. Yeah,
yes, but
yeah,
there's also like, okay, are you putting yourself out there? Are you promoting yourself?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like I give a lot. Like
Right.
I do challenges and so many other
Oh,
things, and I
good.
just want to give. I just want to
Yeah,
share information because I want people to grow, to learn,
right,
to
right,
transform.
right. I
So
love that.
finding that mix, that proper
Right.
mix.
That's awesome. And also, sometimes who has the time, right? Like, I mean, you're a nurse, so you're working. And the truth is most people who are coaches they do this on the side first until they transition over. But that's one of the things I think I find the most, and maybe you find this in your clients, is the burnout. You know what I'm saying? Like the complete, like, I don't want to do this shit, like, not anymore. Right. So tell me something when you're working with your clients, right? Because you told me that, or well, from what I read, you work with them on confidence and weight loss, right? So
Yes.
those who are listening and are thinking, okay, well, I could kind of use some help in this area, right? So let's look at the confidence and weight loss piece because I think both probably go hand in hand. That's probably why you do both. So give me something that you can take away to, or give away to the clients that they can kind of take away. Whoever's listening right now, who may just need one tip of getting out of their own head to start moving forward in this area.
Do something small and keep yourself accountable to it because we get so caught up on the big transformation
Yeah.
and we don't even have confidence in ourselves that we can really do it. We don't
Yeah.
believe, I'm going to try to lose weight. I'm going to try to think positive. I'm going to try, and trying is not going to get you anywhere. So have something that you can literally commit to. When I started, 10 minutes in the gym. Even sometimes now, I'll go for 10 minutes, and that's what I committed to. I'm not
Right.
disappointed if I only stay 10
I
minutes. If
love that.
I'm still not feeling it, all right, I'm out. Peace. It was great being here. I'm done. But there's other times I commit to that 10 minutes and I'm there for an hour and I have an amazing workout and I feel so good and so
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah.
So
So good.
commit to something small so you can start to believe yourself, believe in yourself,
Yeah.
and then you can really make the changes from there. They'll start to overlap.
Yeah, right. Because I think I forget that how that whole saying goes, but a long journey starts with the first step, right? And the truth is, I mean, nobody here, nobody on this earth just decided that they're gonna be ripped and go to the gym one time, ever. It doesn't happen. So everything takes progress and time. And I wish we paused enough to understand that, Louisa, because what happened, I feel, in this amazing social media world, which can be great, but also we stopped living our lives and started living through other people's lives. We started watching them and looking at them, and so we're eating popcorn watching their lives as we're not living ours, right? And oh my god, her body's amazing, oh look at all this confidence, as you're eating popcorn and not realizing, well, you have a life too. I forgot the name of that movie. It might have been like Wally or something, where everybody was like on these big chairs and they're all with the screens and they're all eating and drinking from the screen, and nobody ever notices that they're all on these chairs and revolving around the whole space. Nobody, they're in a beautiful place with pools and stuff, but they don't see anything but the screen in front of them. We need to connect. I love that you said that you connected to you, connected to your body, connected to your thought process, connected to how you wanted to show up. I mean, that is so powerful. So I'm assuming that that's what you're doing with your clients. You're helping them to connect, right?
Oh, most definitely. And the first thing any coach really should work with is the mindset. Because
Yeah.
again, if you don't believe you can do it, you're not going to. We achieve whatever we believe. And
Yep.
if you put the faith in yourself and start with something achievable so you can again start building the confidence in that way. Because I know we think of confidence and oh, I look good, I feel good, but there's so many ways to look at it, and really believing in yourself is the first step. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can build on that and find something about yourself that you enjoy. And I know some of us, our confidence is way low. So instead of thinking of something, again, visual, think of, I'm so thankful that I can move my body. I'm so thankful that I can stretch my arms over my head. Just
Mm.
anything that you can be thankful for your body, because
Yes.
gratitude
Yeah. Oh,
as
so big.
well. Oh, it really gets us to that place. And again, remember spirituality and all of that. And I truly believe the more you put out there, the more positive you put out into the world, into yourself, the more that's going to feed back into you.
Yeah.
So it's all such a cycle.
It is. It is. And somebody has to come in and break the cycle. And that's why I like that you're working with women, right? Because a lot of times as women, we are just, yeah, determined to get something done and don't pause to realize that maybe things aren't serving us, our thought process, the way we are waking up every day, or the way we're behaving, or the way we're have these habitual patterns that are not serving us anymore. And we end up not realizing what's happening. We always think, oh, it's just, my relationship, or it's just this, or it's just that, or whatever. But sometimes it's just you being aware. It's just you actually being aware and actually waking up and going, oh, wait, hold on. Okay. So, do you know that every morning that we wake up with all new neural pathways? New neural pathways. You can literally make a decision every morning to do something differently, and your neural pathways don't know any better because they wake up new. So you can actually change the way you think. So I always do this as a little mind thing with myself. Is I usually brush my teeth with my left hand because I'm left-handed. So I do it once or twice or three times a week where I brush with my right, because I'm like, nope, we're going to disrupt this pattern thing. So I'll brush my hair with my left. Nope. Hands on the right. I brush with my right. I do it on purpose because I want to break the patterns. Because if all of us are habitual, all of us have patterns because your brain will always keep you safe. Always. Right? Always keep you safe. Here's the thing though, the life that you have right now, if it truly sucks and you're like, my life really sucks, you've actually created that out of your comfort zone, right? You are living literally in the comfort of what it is you like. So even if you're like uncomfortable, you're comfortable being uncomfortable in that space. That's just reality, right? Otherwise, you'd be doing something different. And so be aware. I love that, Louisa. I love that. Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who you are, show up for you. But Louisa, this is why we need coaches, right? This is why we need a coach like you. Because when we're getting comfortable and we're sitting there eating our bonbons, Luisa's gonna be like, how's that bonbon serving you? And you're gonna be like, oh, wait, I don't even want this bonbon anymore. Hold on. Right? Because somebody's disrupting your pattern. Right. And that's a good thing, Luisa. That's a good thing. So how do you work with people? 3 months, 6 months, a year, one off? How do you do that?
I do usually 3 to 6 months, depending on the client's needs. And oftentimes they want to sign back up. There's more to work on. You
Yeah.
start with one goal, you get there, and you get solid. Because, like you said, we get comfortable with being comfortable.
Yeah.
And then they get comfortable in their new state. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now I can just stay here, but then there's no growth.
Yep.
And then they see that they're not growing, and then it's like, all right, maybe I'll contact Louisa. And sometimes we just have a conversation, because one thing about me, I'm going to be a cheerleader. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader, but I'm also going to keep you accountable.
I love it.
But what are you doing? How are
Right.
you doing that?
Right.
How does that make you feel? And just really digging and digging in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not comfortable.
It's
It's
not,
not.
but it's
But
good. Yeah.
yes,
You want
yes,
to see
that's
change
where we
though.
grow.
You want to see change, get uncomfortable. I mean, that's just the reality of it. You want to see change, get uncomfortable. When have you ever been comfortable and change comes? It just doesn't. You want that new job, that new career, that new business, you're going to have to learn the job, learn the career, learn how to do it. And it's going to be freaking uncomfortable. You're going to be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can't do it because you can't do it right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. I love that. I love growing. I love knowledge. I love wisdom. I love discernment. I love all of that kind of stuff, Louisa. And I feel like, whoever's listening, they need to get their confidence, their weight loss together, and to change that forever, and not just to be a thing they do for 2 to 3 weeks. You're the woman to catch. You're the woman to be calling and contacting and working with, because your energy is infectious. You're an amazing person. And I'm really grateful that you took the time to be on Straight Talk. I really am. Thank you.
Again, I am so thankful to you, and it's amazing being here with you and just
Thank you.
sharing. And I'm a listener as well, okay?
Oh, thank
So
you.
I hear the podcast, I hear how inspiring you are and all of your guests. And this is just a beautiful space, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that too. I really do. Now, I don't want to let you go though before people know. Hold on now. I need to work with Louisa because I'm a hot mess and I need to just I need to get my stuff together. So, Louisa, how do people reach you, contact you, follow your content, like all that kind of great stuff? Give us all of that.
Sure. You can find me on the Fit and Fab with Louisa podcast on all streaming sites. You can follow my Facebook, Coaching with Louisa. You can also find me on that same name on Instagram, on Twitter, X now. I still want to say
I
Twitter.
always say
Sorry,
Twitter.
guys.
Yeah, I always say, sorry, Elon, but we're always saying Twitter. You got to, yes,
Seriously,
yeah.
seriously. Yeah, X, LinkedIn, all of the things. And you can also find my Facebook group, Fit and Fab, also.
Awesome.
And I do, again, like I said, a lot of challenges there, and just always sharing information. And I love connecting with people. And so it's just an inspiring place to be.
Yeah, and if they wanna, if people are really wanting to work with you, Louisa, do you give some sort of like call where they can just kind of
Oh,
ask you questions or?
definitely. I definitely want to offer your guests a complimentary call. And I forgot to mention my website.
Yeah.
It is louisavalentine.coach, and there they can just book in a call with
I
me.
love it. I love it. Well, Louisa, you are a beautiful inside and out. And I really thank you for coming on here and giving our audience some knowledge and some time to think and reflect, and also to understand that no matter what journey that you're going on, you just have to realize that you are worth showing up for. You are worth showing up for you. You are worth connecting with you. You are worth understanding that not everything happens overnight, but it can happen if you take that first step, like you said. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I'm going to link all of Louisa's information below because I want you to connect with her, follow her, see what she's putting out there, because her energy alone is just like, yes, yes, and yes. Okay. So I want to make sure that you guys love on Louisa like I love her. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You already know the drill. Until next time, guys.